It is Wednesday, October 25th, 2012. This is Steve Chesney, and this is the casting section of the HELE Mark IV. So, right here we have the refractory annulus that is being cast out of a mix of perlite and Portland cement in about approximately 3-to-1 ratio. Over here we have the mixing bin. In here we have the refractory base, which is the same mixture. There's some wire mesh reinforcement. That is a concrete block on the mold piece to keep it from floating. Since the wood is less dense than the concrete mix, it has a tendency to float. Hence the weight is necessary. This is what it looks like from the front. You can see it sort of dribbling out of there. That's fine. That's actually what I was expecting. And it's not that bad. It set it up pretty quickly, and I'm pretty pleased with it so far. I had to rub the sides of the mold/floaty piece there with engine grease, or axle grease more accurately, and that I hope will help it release a little more effectively than other molding attempts that I've done. Also, I had to bevel the sides slightly so it has a tendency to want to just easily come up. So for the, I guess, ignition disc here, the place where the most heat is produced, I used what was left over in here, which was approximately the 3-to-1 perlite to Portland cement ratio. It was very soupy when I mixed it up. And I added 2 quarts of sticky furnace cement. So about probably approximately equal volumes of the two, and I added a little bit of water to the top, and I molded. As I packed it in, it dried very quickly once I'd mixed the two together, so I had to add some more water to create sort of a slip surface on the top, and I molded it as best I could before it started to set up on me, and I realized that I was just wasting my time. So I think it's pretty close to the shape described in the specification, sort of a slightly raised profile along the middle area there. So we'll see. The first attempt at casting the ring ended up pretty good, except it's nice and light, except for it shattered very easily. It was relatively weak. So while the entire thing didn't fall apart, I didn't like that flaking action, so I basically used the same mix, but I moved this wire mesh slightly out. So right here it's sort of in the middle of the ring. I moved it so it was about 3/4 of the way out toward the edge, and I'm hoping that that will function a little bit better. The heat resistance of this mix is phenomenal. Here you can see a heat scar. Basically, I hit that with an acetylene torch for about a minute straight, and then put my fingers on the inside here, and it was not even warm. So in terms of heat flux, very, very slow heat flux. I'm very pleased with the insulative properties. I think it's strong enough for what it's intended for. And yeah, we're off to the races. So we're going to wait for this batch of casting to dry, and we shall see what we shall see. I ended up using probably about 6 gallons total of mix, all things considered. I only used the furnace cement for the combustion disc there. Everything else was just the perlite and Portland cement mix.